and this is why probably a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, probably, when people went, what's next for Conor? And I went, Floyd Mayweather. They went, why? Because I put myself in his shoes. I went, what would I do? And if I'm his manager, thinking of complete business perspective here, what would I do? Floyd Mayweather. I got nothing to lose. I'll make more money than God. The promotion and publicity I get out that I'll be the biggest UFC fighter of all time. It's going to involve the entire boxing community, the entire MMA community. If somehow we can cross-pollinate all this, and I'm fighting a 145-pound man who's really not going to knock me out, even if I can just last 12 rounds, even if I get outclassed, but it goes 12 rounds, it's a no-brainer for me. Or the opposite of that is I fight Khabib or I fight Tony Ferguson, these killers, make 20% of the money I'd make fighting Floyd Mayweather. There's going to be way more damage involved. It's not going to be as publicly as big either. So I just put myself in the shoes on it. It's Floyd Mayweather, man. It's a no-brainer.
He's another guy that I'm learning from. If you're not taking notes on the Conor McGregor School of Business, you're slipping right now, whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
You're slipping right now. Mm-hmm. He's doing it. He's calling his shots. He's disrupting fucking world belts. He's disrupt. Nobody can do nothing. Everybody's locked up.
Even
at 145.
Dana doesn't know what to do.
No, 155 and 170. Everybody's locked up. He's going to fight Mayweather. He might come back and fight Nate. He's definitely going to go for the 170 title. Mm-hmm. He started that in New York. I showed you the video. Yep. He won now.
Yep.
Now he's still, he's got the 145 and 155. What's he going to do, lurk down there with mosquitoes? He's already been down there.
Done.
He's going to 170. And that's just going but every one of his moves are so thought out.
And calculated.
And that's a businessman. And that applies to anything. A musician, a plumber, a fucking builder. That same train of thought applies to a lot of things.
But with him, Joey, don't you think, and you're the same way, and Rogan's the same way, and I always say this, but you have to get to that point, it's knowing your worth. Like Conor McGregor, he knows if he did a press conference. Did you notice he did a press conference in a fucking stadium that's sold out? And some of the tickets were $2,500. And it's just a Q&A with him talking shit about
with
Floyd.
The suit on?
Yes.
The black suit on?
In Ireland, he did a sold-out stadium fucking press conference. So he knows his worth, and he can talk all this shit to Dana and the UFC and go, this is what I'm doing. Fuck you. This is what I'm doing. If you don't like it, get the fuck out of my way. And I love it because he knows his worth. Same thing with you. Like, I'm not going to fucking Ohio. Eat this dick. I'm not doing that.
I've been there.
Rogan, I'm not going to Vegas. Fuck Vegas. But you guys, you're in the position where you can do that, where they're like, fuck, we need him, man. So, all right, let him do his thing. But for a lot of guys, they can't do that. Like a lot of UFC fighters, if Dana says jump, you got to say, how high, boss? Because they're just not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you guys know your worth. And I always say that, know your worth, but at the same time, you have to get to a certain level before you can make those demands. It's a fine line. Does that make sense?
You have to make those decisions to get to the next level. But there always is decisions that you have to say, I'm not going to do to get to that next level.
No matter what.
Years ago, after that writer's strike, I wouldn't get calls for TV and movies. Guess what I got calls for? YouTube projects.
Yeah.
For 2 years, everybody I met for lunch, we have this YouTube project. And one day I said, come on, dudes. Do I look like a YouTube type of motherfucker? To fuck around, yeah, but not to do projects on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I stopped. And the phone kept ringing and prices kept going up for these YouTube web series. And I said, no. And 2 days later, I got Grudge Match. The movie bombed. It didn't matter. The state of mind was what mattered. I decided what was going to do. It's like I've been pitching a show lately. And I looked at the writers the other day and I go, you guys did a great job. And I want you to know my fucking attitude. I'm not going in there to sell a show. I'm going in there to let these motherfuckers justify their existence.
Yeah.
However you go, there's different levels where you make the decision of what and what's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Listen, man, you have to be a star to tell comedy clubs you're not working on a fucking Sunday. And I decided in ask Rogan. See if Rogan works Sundays. Go ahead, call him up. Go, Joe, why don't you work Sundays? Because Diaz straightened me the fuck out on Sundays.
Really?
You goddamn right. You're goddamn right. There's no reason to work a Sunday.
Yeah.
To sit in your hotel room all day without your family and then take a plane Monday morning, which is going to be fucking delayed, to do a show for 200 people. that usually don't go to comedy clubs, and the show's over at 9. So now you missed the red eye by a fucking pubic hair. You missed the red eye to L.A. by a pubic hair. So now you got to land in L.A. Monday morning on the 405 at 11. Your day is shot by the time you get home. So fuck you.
Yeah, for what?
I decided in 1998. In 2000, before The Longest Yard, I was giving up weeks. Like people would say Wednesday through Sunday, and I go, I don't do Sundays. Joey, then you can't work here. Fine. And I would hang up the phone. And that happened for years. I remember telling Joe, I would leave Joe in cities. Call him up and ask him.
No, I'm out.
Call him up and ask him. That I would tell him before we went down there, oh, by the way, Sunday morning it's you and Ari. What do you mean, Joey? You're supposed to. I don't work Sundays. I told you that a long fucking time ago. Don't even involve me on a Sunday. Because before I became a comic, I'm a man.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, you got to eat dinner with your family on Sundays. If not, you're not going to have a fucking family. And I've seen it. I could sit here and rattle off comics' names that don't have a family because they wanted to work on fucking Sundays.